Okay. I think we're just mostly done with this area. Okay, I don't know what happened to my PS5 like USB-C. I have absolutely no clue what happened to it. So I just plugged it in and it updated the controller, so I figured it would charge it too. And you know what's weird? I used it to charge my PS5 controller while it was still plugged into my Switch dock, and that worked. But apparently this did. Maybe I didn't have it up plugged in all the way, and I'm just dumb. Uh, which is probably the case. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that cable. Someone probably came in here and snatched it and just decided that's how it was gonna be. But it should be good. If I'm not, I will be in semi-trouble because that cable is not long enough to reach me here. I actually have enough to level up. I should have probably done that before leaving the safety of that zone. I'm sure it'll be fine. It won't be fine. Don't. Didn't cure the poison, but I do have the regen on it, so it's basically gonna just counteract the poison slightly. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. At least, care of himself. No bad ash. Okay, I'm gonna say done. I think this is... Is this where I want to go? Don't remember all of these markers. I know they did add these in a patch. Okay, that was exactly where I was. I thought I was going to be the one above ground. Level up once. Yeah, let's level up health. I kind of have an idea of where I want to go. I think I need to... Ramparts. This is where I want to go. I know where... I think I just am repeating myself now because my brain has stopped working. I know like the location I want to be at. I just don't remember how to get there. Like I want to go over there. I just need to find how to get there. Whereas I know it's I don't know. I don't even know if you saw Elden Ring before, but this is like a continuation from my first playthrough that technically was my first playthrough, and then I just beat it on PC because I didn't want to get lost. Like, and just stream me like wandering around for hours and hours and hours. And then I just beat it on PC and just was like, that was enough. I didn't want to jump back into Elden Ring after beating it once. At least so soon after beating it. Now I'm feeling it. And Game Awards are coming up. I'm pretty sure we're going to get DLC trailer. For Elden Ring DLC. Echoes of the Elusive Age. It's not going to be called that. I'm pretty sure that's Dragon Quest, where that title comes from. Oh, I need not a dragon. This is not where to go. This is a very annoying dungeon. I remember this. And I'm not going to open it up because if I open it up, I'll forget that I didn't do it. Yeah, some people think Elden Ring is just going to sweep at the Game Awards, and I could see that happening. Twitter was talking about it being nominated for Best Narrative. And even like Souls fans are like, yeah, it's not winning that. These games are pretty much void of like an actual narrative. It's like it's in your head. The story's in your head. A little loud for me. Just a smidge. So I think people are probably right for that. I think, like, honestly, I could see, even though God of War, again, the debate of it being a very recent release, being nominated, I think is appropriate. I think that's totally legit. Like, it being up there and stuff like Sonic Forces and Pokemon not being up there, it's kind of ridiculous. But I could see God of War sweeping. I could see Elden Ring sweeping. I saw Northern Lion talk about like debut indie titles and Vampire Survivor being on there. And I know he wants it to win it. And I think a lot of people want Vampire Survivor to win because it was borderline new genre. I mean, it was basically like an idle game, but like how many Vampire Survivor clones popped up after it kind of blew up on Twitch? Tons. There's even the HoloLive one that like they're still updating. I don't think it's a fit. I think like it is like early development, but they're still like putting time into it because the games are just fun. I don't know if it'll win. I think people would like it to win. But like there's some hard hitters in that category. By the way, I have no idea where I'm going. Yeah, this is not. No, I don't want to go to the Forsaken Depths. Go here. You really got that close? Where Bach is. Bach. The little Schmeagle. His quest line I didn't finish. I screwed it up and never finished it.
Bach, the scene ready to make. Master, I was
I don't remember the lift being in this area. I remember it being somewhere else. So I'm probably going to wander around lost. Even though I just talked about how I didn't want to do that months ago. But now it's been so long, I've forgotten. Not everything, but most of the small stuff I've not retained. Okay, I can't look at the map. Still can't. It's really weird because that guy can't hit me. Also, apparently I didn't open this shortcut up. Game, can you relax? I just want to teleport. Thank you. Maybe it is. I don't know. It looks like I can get to it from just going through this chunk of the game. Let's try. I'm gonna try. I think I immediately went the wrong way. I know those little indicators on like the bonfires to talk to like Melina and stuff are new. And I think that's just to sort of point out that you can do it. For the most part, you don't have to do it anywhere except for one spot. But you can get some lore. Get that Game Awards winning narrative in your Elden Ring. Yeah, I went through like the whole game and didn't even know that you could do that until I got stuck at the one part where you're supposed to use the talk to Melina feature. So hey, you know what? At least I won't get stuck there. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's coming back to me now. Yes, there is like another door with some stairs. Yes. Okay. I am remembering the area to get up there. Don't like what my brain is thinking. Okay, at least I didn't take any damage. I thought I was not going to survive that fall. I know there was a dog there. Okay, apparently there was a dog behind me. Yes, and it tells you like, ooh, you can't go this way. The aura blocks you. That's what it is. That's the correct one. You have to defeat Morgott. Man, I would like to play more Splatoon, but I would want to play Splatoon by myself currently. And it doesn't seem like anyone's really playing it. Unless they're like the Team Water Giga Chads. Everyone seems to be playing some survival type game. Survival craft game. I'm not saying like that, like there's anything wrong with that. I'm just it's not my bag, baby. I'm glad people are having fun. Glad people are enjoying something they like. Elheim actually looks like pretty fun, but I just can't handle those games. I can't. But like Valheim at least has like the aesthetic that like, you know, sets it apart. He's way faster than I remember. Bleed. Thank you. How far along am I? I've beaten Elden Ring, so I know at least the main story bosses. I know everything. There's some dungeons I've missed. Some secrets I've missed. This is the return to my first playthrough. Slash, not really, but like, I couldn't play it on PC because it was just effed up, not optimized, and still kind of isn't, but it's way better. And it's very tough for me to say what my favorite part is because you kind of have, you know, a different experience at different points in the game. Like, I think I think everyone loves Limgrave. Limgrave is just such a fun area. And by the end of it, there's so much Elden Ring by the end of it. Like, I even said, like, I couldn't come back to this playthrough after beating it because, like, even though we were at the capital, like, we still have the snow area to go. We still have the flying temple to go. We still got the last gauntlet of bosses. We still have Millennia, who is optional, but I'll probably fight her. But my favorite part, favorite area, the Starry Sky Cave. I was gonna say the underground where you do the, what the heck is her name? Ronnie, the Ronnie quest line. I did like that area. Like Limgrave is really good. Those are really the standouts. Because those are like a part of the open world. And I really like Stormfront Castle. I don't remember the actual name of it. You know, the first big dungeon. I do agree that the way they've set up the open world, just the open world in general, is it's just very fun to explore. It's not supremely dense, but like, or like it is very dense. Like there's not a lot of travel between like finding something new. There you go. No worries if you have to pop in and out. I know you're You're always busy during the week. I would say I'm not too big of a fan of the area we're coming up to. Like, it's kind of just like, do this chunk, fight the fire giant, and then, like, that's it. It's not really... There is some stuff to explore, but it's not as well thought out as, like, Limgrave and the lake. I shouldn't say well thought out, but, like, there's not a lot. And the sky, the area in the sky, it is a good dungeon, and there is a lot there. It's pretty good. Aesthetically, it's not really my favorite. I really like the magic school. I really like the first castle. Millennia's area is pretty good. There's some pretty dumb areas. The rot swamp that you mentioned is pretty, like, kind of just annoying. Because there's a lot in there, but it's just like you have to constantly deal with the rot. You know, raise these levers, run over there, run over here. Like, the only plus side is it's not too big, so you're not really going to be stuck there for too long, but it is quite annoying. And you can choose to just run right through it, and it does look like an area you can just run right through. But if you've played From Software games, and especially Elden Ring, you always know there's something there. Great combat, great combat. Here you go. And I am kind of a sucker for good openings to games. Like, my favorite part of Breath of the Wild is the Great Plateau at the start, because it's just a good chunk of, like, everything Breath of the Wild is gonna be all in one area. And it's just fun to collect the items. You know, you get a nice chunk of story, and it's good setup for the rest of the game. I just could play that area all the time. Thanks. But I think a lot of the enjoyment of some of the areas in Elden Ring have to do with the way it's kind of scaled. And last time I was talking that near the end, it's, you know, the scaling gets pretty annoying with how much damage enemies can do. And not just like enemies, but like bosses and all that. And sort of like my mental comp for like how to fix that is like the damage that like we take now, like some bosses like Millennia, even just like Morgott and like Moog and all these guys who just like take like just huge chunks of your health in like 1 or 2 hits. basically making you need to like drink after every hit. Because it basically turns every fight into 2 hits, and it's annoying to just sit there and like bait the attack, take your sip, or risk it and take a sip early. I think the way you should kind of scale it is kind of like if you're playing like multiplayer. If you're by yourself, I think the damage should be reduced by a bit, enough to make it seem like kind of fair, and like scale it to like the area where you are in the game. And I think if you use like the summons, which the game very much pushes you to do. Oh, we're getting this again. I don't know why Elden Ring does that. Hopefully it's not my LAN cable. Because I never get that with like Switch or anything. But I am playing offline. So it might be an Elden Ring thing. It might be trying to ping something online and then like kick me off because I am not playing online. And I was actually, when I initially was playing, I did have some online left. Sorry that keeps popping up. I don't know why. And it's not even like my internet, like, because I'm plugged in the same router. So stop cheesing me off, PlayStation 5. And with like Elden Ring DLC like coming out, I do want to play it on PC. I don't want to keep using PS5 because I don't want to pay for PS Plus. So we'll see. I can definitely stream. If I can stream Fortnite, I can stream Elden Ring. Elden Ring's locked at like 60 FPS anyway. And like I streamed Resident Evil on accident at like 120 FPS, and like it was mostly fine up until around the end. I forgot there was a boss here. I know it's just like a gargoyle, but I have trouble with these guys. Oh, maybe not this guy. Okay. I would like to not lose. I know, like, I'm trying to cheese him really hard. There we go. And I know Moonveil. At the time, Moonveil was like only like whisper through the wind being OP. Now I know it's like really good weapon, but I've already kind of built into it, so I'm not gonna change. Plus the game just gets really, really hard anyway, and it's a really, really good weapon, so I'm just gonna keep using it. Oh, apparently the LAN cable thing is like a bug. Probably happened when like there was a power out, so I might have to just clear. It says like put it into like safe mode and shut down. Okay, I'll look into it later. Not a major issue, but it's a little annoying. Guy says he had the exact same thing where it shows disconnect and then reconnect like a second later, and we just had it. Thanks, Reddit. I would like to not reset because I don't want to lose my data. I mean, I'm not like... You know, I wouldn't be like... I wouldn't lose sleep over it. What would I lose? I'd lose my Final Fantasy VII Remake data. Which would be a little annoying, but that game is really good, and I honestly wouldn't mind playing through it again. I don't know why I thought I could beat the Ghost here. But it was like 40, 50 hours of game. Also, I'm pretty sure I screwed up this guy's quest line already, so...
Finally, the tarnished. Oh my, I fear that you well. As for his, I hope you can. You were the life of only so that you. What a horrible thing you're sent, but how would.
I don't think he does anything after this point. He just kind of stays there. If you do his quest line, apparently, I've never gotten this because I've only played through the game once and have screwed it up both times because I didn't know how it like went. He gives you a thing for your flask that is very helpful against the second Moog fight, where it like removes his like mid-fight blood kill you move. If you've fought him, you know what I'm talking about. Where either you Just you have to heal through it or you just die. So that's like three sips of heals that just are need to be auto used. But apparently if you have this one, I think it just removes the stat or the debuff or whatever it is, because it's not like an ailment. It's just his attack. I don't know if it like makes you invincible. But I never got it, so I just kicked his ass the old-fashioned way. And I'm pretty sure I didn't summon. But then at that point, I was kind of like fed up with all these bosses, and then I started summoning. I don't know why this enemy is so hard. I don't know why they did that. I mean, I remember him being tough, but I don't remember him having insane amounts of health. And there's more than one of those guys. This area has a couple fun little dungeons. Actually, you know what? It does have a couple good things about it. So there's a couple couple parts that I do enjoy. I like the little castles. I think that's just it. Like, I like the castle-y like dungeons. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of normal enemies being boss. Even though he is a boss fight earlier. And I think we did that earlier. That might be like the first thing. No, okay, it's not. I remember this was when I was playing PC. When I was thinking about swapping. That's like where my guy was left off. Right in front of the Ever Jail. Where that guy is the boss fight. And I know there's more around here somewhere. Oh, and there's tons of these areas with like secret floors. I only found one. I didn't know there were more. But there's a chunk of these areas that just have like hidden stairs. I found the one that gave the ice rapier. It shoots the little snow projectile. I actually really like that weapon. I just didn't use it because Moonveil's just more fun and better. And I wasn't investing in that weapon anyway. Can you stop? This isn't a boss fight. This makes it fair. Oh my gosh, the damage. They really nerfed. They really nerfed him. Oh, I actually had the Mimic Tear. I thought I didn't collect it on this character. These guys. I meant to change to magic. I don't even know if it's even possible. It probably is, but I would love to see like a minion like build of Elden Ring where like your guy like does nothing essentially, but like you use like summons and like you just buff them and uh you know, they're your DPS. But you can only use one summon I think per like fight. Or like per like whatever summon area you're in. So I think that would be pretty tough. But yeah, I guess you'd have to heal them. But I'd love to see if that's like really possible. Because I know there's some weapons that do like give like a buff as their weapon art. But you don't get that till way later. Oh my gosh, Caelid. I completely forgot about the area Caelid from my brain. Caelid's okay. Nice move. Oh no. I'd like to be gone. So funny thing about Caelid, which is not really a funny thing, but I'm glad I wasn't the only one who recognized this. So like really, really early on, like first few days of Elden Ring, obviously I went to Caelid. Because of the chest. And you run into those enemies, the dogs. And I said, I'm pretty sure this is recorded. You can watch a handful of my early Elden Rings. I mentioned they look like Scrappy-Doo from the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. And apparently in the wiki of Elden Ring, someone added that they look like Scrappy-Doo from the live-action Scooby-Doo. So it was not just me who thought that. So I'm very glad that very like-minded people also saw it. You know, I feel like I could be like the meme king. Like if this place was really off, I feel like stuff that I would say would like become memes. And that's me tooting my own horn, which is maybe way more than I should say for myself, but it's weird like when you see something like that where it's like, oh, this haha, this funny thing, and then it's like in the wiki and everyone now sees it. I'm not saying it too often. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Funny, internet funny man. I'm no Germa. No Vinny. But it could happen. You know, every dog has his day. Thought that shadow was another guy coming, but that's actually the other guy coming. Great choice of words. Oh, I know these smithing stone, not smithing stones, but like these ball bearings were a bit of a complaint too. Because I think by the time you get like a bunch of them that like give you the really good stuff, like you've already upgraded like everything. So I think people are kind of cheesed off at kind of the uselessness of the ball bearings or getting them for like rewards. And I mean, I get why they're here. It's mostly like because Elden Ring does, I think, want you to explore different gameplay styles while still playing it. Like, obviously, they want you to have the ability to level up your stuff and have like easy accessibility to upgrading other stuff. That's probably what it's there for. But like, if you're doing like a one and done playthrough, they're not very useful. If at all useful. I've just walked in a big circle and I don't know why. Yeah, I'll have to go through that that Reddit thread to see what I can do to have the LAN cable pop-up kind of stop. I'd like to put it in safe mode and like download like firmware. And I would imagine it is because every time like there's a power out or something, like the PS4 is like incorrectly shut off and like it would happen a lot. Like no fault of like me or anything. Like it's just like the weather, power company and all that. Just, you know, can't really foresee it happening. Obviously with like a thunderstorm you can prep for it if you know it's coming, but like we'll probably have it. We'll probably have days where I'm just streaming and then like I'm gone. Like typically it's not too bad in Canada, and usually it's during like the winter. So it was a little weird that we were having lots of power outs during the summer this year. But I would imagine that would probably cause the PS5 to not do so great. Man, I don't even know what I'd want from like Elden Ring DLC. I have no clue. And they could do anything. I wonder if they're bringing back George. Do a bit of writing. And I don't know if this is confirmed, but people have been saying there's one character whose dialogue specifically written by George R. R. Martin. If you didn't know, if you didn't know the lore of Elden Ring being made, not like in the game. It's this guy in the lake area who sells only lobster claws. People are saying his dialogue is written by George. And I don't know if that's true or not, but he definitely talks way different than like every other character. So if anyone knows if that's true or not, it'd be great. I don't even care that much. I've never even watched Game of Thrones. But I appreciate that he influences fantasy media in the modern era. Even though those books are pretty old. Not like pretty old, like oldish. It's only Game of Thrones, the show, that's new. Yeah, don't have much else to say about how I feel about Elden Ring.